Digestion begins when the food particle enters the mouth. The presence of a food particle in the oral cavity triggers the nervous reflex that causes the salivary glands to deliver saliva. Chemical digestion of carbs begins in the oral cavity, and saliva contains salivary amylase, an enzyme that hydrolyzes starch and glycogen. The tongue tastes food and helps shape the food into a ball called a bolus, and pushes it to the back of the oral cavity into the pharynx. The pharynx opens to both the esophagus and trachea. The opening of the esophagus or esophageal sphincter is where the food goes down, and the esophagus conducts food from the pharynx down to the stomach through peristalsis. The stomach secretes digestive fluids such as gastric juice components, which dissolves intercellular materials. The enzyme pepsin is present in gastrin juice that begins the hydrolysis of proteins and breaks small peptides into amino acids. Chief cells activate pepsinogen to prevent pepsin from destroying the stomach wall. Next is the small intestine. Most digestion and absorption occurs in the small intestine. Acid chyme mixes with digestive juices from the pancreas, liver, gallbladder, and gland cells in the first section of the intestine called duodenum. Enzymes such as trypsin, chymotrypsin, and dipeptides break polypeptides into smaller polypeptides. Large circular folds in the lining called villi and microvilli increase surface area, increasing rate of nutrient absorption. Penetrating the core of each villi is a net of microscopic vessels called lacteal, where nutrients continue to be absorbed across the intestinal epithelium. Next is the large intestine or colon. A major function of the colon is to recover water that has entered the alimentary canal. It then reabsorbs the water. The wastes of the digestive tract, the feces, become more solid as they are moved along the colon. The terminal portion of the colon is called the rectum, which includes remaining food and cellulose, and no digestion occurs here. The feces is stored here until it can be eliminated through the anus.